Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back to Anno 1800 to, a successful championship that is about to run out in 1 minute, and then we can reap the rewards of this and probably build me the next dreadnought. Before this happens though, I would also like to continue checking out what we can do to improve here in Manola. One thing is, of course, for the big Manola monument that I would like to have up here, we need to get more tourists in, right? And if I want to start pushing more hotels, I actually need 4,000 tourists to begin with. How do we get 4,000 tourists without any hotels? Well, of course, we need to push the attractiveness. Right now, the tendency is clear. We're getting another 1,000 tourists in with, thanks to the festival that is running right now. That's my championship here. But of course, that's only temporary, right? And in this case here, we have already 1,000 in, 1,000 comes in, so that's still missing. Yeah, no, actually, 1,500 that are still missing. So we need to get that attractiveness up somehow a bit more. And also, we do get more tourists, I think at least, with the motto we have going here, with the artistas, right? So in this case here, we need to push them further. One thing is that the perfumes are coming in now. Come on. What's going on? You're sending a battleship over here to Crown Falls? She didn't learn anything really. While we're in Crown Falls, by the way, my ship has arrived. There you go. And my dreadnoughts, 2 of them are waiting for their steel hulls that we have going here too. And also we can reinforce my trade ships. Another white flag here. So just so you see that this is all also in progress in the background, right? I'm not always editing it, recording it, because it's a mundane daily business that we have going here. But of course we continue reinforcing our fleet, and since we're here also, let's build me a few more not tugboats, but cargo ships here that I want to go as well. Very good, the championship is over. Would like to check it out right away. Get the highest reward out of that. And you'll be disappointed because it's really just influence, but it's 150 influence, and also affects all public moorings by increased visits of 100%. Yeah, there you go. This is super nice, right? Because this is permanent, so we can use this now forever. And we get the closing ceremony celebrations. So we should also be seeing more tourists coming in with the next boat again, even though it says tendencies -700 right now. This of course is not true. So the bonus just kicks in now, so it should actually, yeah, in 29 minutes. Oh no, yeah, duration of the festival lasts over that. Perfect. So then we get in 29 minutes we do get 100% more visitors in. That's a bit of time. How to get more influence? Well, we can also look at our hacienda. I haven't really done this so far, but we can select a policy, of course. And there's some very interesting ones and some very overpowered ones as well. So we got, for example, here the education initiative. This one reduces the consumption of food on all of my New World residences, right? So look at that, all of them. This is pretty massive. We can also say increase the efficiency of sawmills. What? No. We can also say, okay, increase the storage of all my depots. Harbors unload faster, but of course the biggest one here is the local assemblies. And hacienda quarters above the rank of Jornalero produce influence. And that's quite a few of them. And look at that, it's 5 influence per building. So we are pushing now 300 more influence. And with that we're sitting at 400 outside of the newspaper propaganda. That's massive. Thank you very much, hacienda. In this case, it might be worth it to get rid of my jornaleros here and push more obreros. And each obrero that we build gives me 5 more influence. Isn't that nice? I think this is super nice. Let's go ahead and push this one too. We cannot upgrade them, right? So these buildings are non-upgradable. So I need to delete them and then build the obreros on top of it. But it's fine. The same applies for the artistas, right? So that I can have more artistas here. That is fine. These guys are also getting affected then by all my products. There's 180 tops. In the normal one we have 100. So theoretically, building more hacienda artistas is absolutely worth it. And we can do this over here then too. The same also applies for the obreros, by the way. Let's get rid of them and just plaster me some more artistas here. And then also more obreros here. For even more influence. It's perhaps a bit broken, this mechanic, right? Because it's way too much influence. But there you go. By the way, let's move these guys just over here, so I don't need to rebuild everything all the time. Oh. And then we can have just another full row with artistas here as well. Beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. Let's have also then in 36 minutes the next championship. So this has a cooldown for various reasons. And how can we push more? So we have the Hacienda here, the Grand Stadium. We need more things with attractiveness. The countryside of Manola gives it a lot of already. Festivities are giving it. We have some vulgarity. That is the fish oil factories. That is the ruins that we have. And we have some pollution with the oil refining. Not that much I can do about that. But the ruins that we supposedly have on this island that I can't find are also giving me some negativity. Where do we have ruins in Manola? Interesting. There is one. That actually pushed us. I can also add more ornaments here and decorations to my beach. Right, every one of these here is increasing its range then as well. So the more we have, the better. Also some ice cream parlor. Let's just see how we can make this work the best. Let's have one here. And then the boathouse here. And the second ice cream parlor on the other side. And then also the lifeguard. Here, right. Each one of them pushes this bit further. Look at that. It's almost affecting the whole island with those few ornaments now. So basically everybody has its beach coverage. I still would like to have 2 beaches though, because it's just, you know, we need to use the space somehow. Really another way of getting more attractiveness is just replacing all of the jornaleros that we have there with at least obreros. This is of course tricky because it will definitely disrupt my consumption rates again, and it will also reduce my jornalero workforce, but it's worth it because each obrero house gives me 5 influence, and each artista gives me 7 artista workforce boost. And the jornalero, they don't give me anything except jornaleros. So in this case here, they're the least useful ones that we have. So once again, let's just move those people over. You know what? I can just also build them again because honestly, it's just a bit of planks that we need. And I would like to have more artistas than here in the center. And you know what? Let's have these guys too. And then here more obreros. Absolutely broken mechanic, honestly. But since, you know, we are at a stage of the game where it doesn't matter that much anymore. Since we're past survival, of course. Yeah, taking in that much influence is just beautiful. I love it. And we can use this. Why not? Now, another way to boost attractiveness is, of course, to expand the docklands properly. So I would also like to do this now. We have these depots here, right? They're giving me, well, storage, but beyond that, nothing else. So let's actually just move them here for now. I mean, we could also just have them somewhere where really no one sees them. Over there, for example. And then we can use now the power of the docklands to build me more depots here. And each one of these depots gives me 15 attractiveness, right? And we have the version with blocking and the one without blocking, which is the modded version, obviously. And of course, we can use this. Now, one thing I haven't figured out, unfortunately, is why there is a gap here in the harbor area. Do you see that? This is a bit strange to me, because we do have our trading post right here. We have the docklands right here. Is perhaps the commute pier affecting this? Let's have a look at that. Move the commute pier a bit further over for now. What's going on here with my influence radius? We still have it. Yeah, this very strange thing is not going away for some strange reasons. I have no idea what it is. It's not affected by the commute pier nor by anything else here, so we can just keep this one. It's strange because I cannot build anything on that side now, right? Because the modules basically get blocked by that. So I cannot go beyond that. This is super weird. The problem is it doesn't give me attractiveness if it's not connected with the Docklands main building. So what should we do about this? Moving the Docklands to another location. I don't like this so much, honestly. Okay, I've decided. We do have these cotton plantations here that require a lot of space. What if I move my industry zone actually over here? This would make sense. We already have lots of industry here, lots of industry here. So having another industry zone here makes sense to me. And with that, we could clear up this area and just make it available for more population, right? Then we have this whole inner beach area here surrounded by beautiful artistas and beaches and stuff like that. And all the traffic and stuff like that goes over here. This makes sense. Problem is though, it's a lot of space that we need somewhere else with a cotton fertility on it. Now Fabas comes in actually, right? Because we have not that much space, but this island wouldn't serve for anything else basically here, because yeah, cotton is the only notable thing. We have a corn island already, we have a coffee island, we have cocoa from passive income. That will be enough forever, I think. We have a bit of oil over there, but outside of that, this would be the island, I think it is. Now we have these cotton plantations, each one requires 10 jornaleros. We have 5 here, 5 here, so that's 200 jornaleros that we need. And look at that, we have 200 jornaleros available thanks to the baseline workforce boost that we have. So I can simply move them over. The only thing that we need, of course, is construction materials. Where are my airships? We don't have any airships available anymore. No problem, we have enough influence to build me more. And by the way, since we have that much influence now, can we already afford another dreadnought? We can. 48 influence, no problem. Let's build the next dreadnought. In this case, yeah, it's all about building materials and ships. We really don't have that many trade ships available in the New World. We have this one here still left that I'm using for purchasing artifacts that we can use then in a zoo and in the botanical garden in Manola. So there we go. With that, we can now build basically also the fish oil factories that I would like to move over here. We're building a commute pier since we have the influence of that. It makes things a bit easier for us. We don't need to have a city here then, right? And with that, poof, there it is. 1,000 jornaleros available. Let's build all of these guys here. And a bit more timber we need. Also finish the other side once again, together with the warehouses then. Great, with that we have moved the production. We can of course still boost the production if I want to, since we don't have a village here. I think this will be fine. Or we just not. We just add more of these. And yeah, we have the space of course for tractors and stuff like that. But it should be fine for the moment. Of course, with all of this, we need a new trade route. This is really wasted. It's a cargo ship with a white flag for this tiny route that we have there. But we really don't have any other ships available anymore. At least not here. Yeah, let's use it. You know what? Let's just go ahead and open up this Fabas Manola trade route. And this is basically now all the cotton you can think of in the world. So we're going to make it 3. And then also all the fish oil that you can think of. I have so many products. Where's my fish oil? Where's my fish oil? There it is. 3 times as well. Ah, yeah, let's use Pegasus. Let's use one of my dozens of airships that we have. They're also easy to make. Look at the traffic jam here. Yeah, a harbor overhaul is absolutely required at this point. There we have 3 more airships coming out. So that's that. And with this, I can get rid of all of these fish oil factories. And I can get rid of all of my cotton plantations that we have in this area. Beautiful. They've been here since the beginning, but at some point they just had to move. The shipyard, let's move this a bit further over too. The warehouses, let's move them over here one. This we can delete, this we delete. And the orchard, let's keep it there. And then we have a bunch of roads here available too that we can use. So this is great. This is going to be a whole new industry zone for Manola now. That brings prosperous futures. This is the road that I would like to have to go right to the harbor area then, right? So that you have one major road basically. And let's move my docklands over. It feels amazing when you have so much space all of a sudden. Over here somewhere, there's then the docklands going, right? All of this has electricity, of course, so this is also something we don't need to worry about at all. And the trading post we're also moving over here together with our defenses. Yep, we have still those piers. There's my commute pier. It's getting too tight in here. The beach is not that big. I would like to reserve the rest of it for the dockland. So the commute pier we can actually keep in the other harbor area, right? Makes sense because there's the people There are the people, and they're just going to be happy with that. Now we can start with the depot that has no space requirement. And we still have, by the way, also 7 export offices that I would like to add to this. Because that means a lot of not only attractiveness now, but also trade contracts that I would like to do. And on the other side, we're just going to have then the depots. They're basically moving over here. Can we move this a bit further outside, please? There you go. But we have this area and this area, the depots. This is the connection, right? And then we have, I mean, it looks like a monster, really. And then we have the depots. They're limited, by the way, right? So we don't have them endlessly.
Your city has grown more.
And then we have some depots going outside. Oh, they don't adjust.
The fire left ruins behind.
We need to do this ourselves like this. That's a shame.
Ship constructed.
Okay. And I would like to do this
constructed.
probably, wait a second, with the depot with the blocking area. Here. That goes outside. The same with this one. And then we can have some landing piers out there. Here, for example. Right, so one here, and one on the sides. That would work out. And then you have more space here in the back still. We still need loading wharfs, of course, with all the trading that will happen here. Gotta be careful to not block that too much. By the way, we can also move these piers over there. We have this one. It's a bigger version, so that's actually fine. And this one. What? Need a bit more timber, actually. I'm running out of that for now. And with that, we're starting a Docklands here that moves then in. And with this, we also boosted, by the way, the attractiveness of Manola further. That should lead then to also more tourists coming in, right? And we have the buff for this as well. And then I might just need more specialists and stuff like that. And one more thing we can also do, we need a bit of space for that, is, yeah, over there, look at that. This would be fitting, I think. Behind the hacienda, we could have a nice little zoo or botanical gardens. Right. I think a zoo might fit better in here. All the way out here, with its exhibitions then in the back. Let's just make sure that we have a proper entrance for this one. So there's the main road. So I'm going to move this whole thing a bit over. So that we have this main road that goes then over here to the zoo. Right, there's the entrance for the zoo. And the zoo is then basically over here in this area that we have with its compounds. And I think something like that we can make work. So we can build the zoo together with all the compounds and ornaments that we have here as well. The fence is very important, gives me also quite a bit of attractiveness. Music pavilion. We have this all basically here in the mountains, and then also perhaps a Ferris wheel over there. And, of course, we still need to have the road. And since we have enough bricks, let's also upgrade all of this here right away. Except these guys here. Perfect. And then we can use all the animals that we find. Don't have that many yet, but it's a start, right? All of this boosts my attractiveness once again. And we can actually reach the next level. Which gives me another attraction boost. And beguiling colony. It's still a colony, after all, that we have here now. This is another 700 tourists that we'll get in with that. Pushing further for my tourists. For the Docklands, we have a lot of trade contracts available now. That is still necessary because some of those products, especially later down the road, need a lot of trade contracts to even unlock, right? Let's just check it out. Here we have 20 as a baseline that we need. For reinforced concrete, we need 27 trade contracts. So that's quite a bit before we can start trading with these goods here. Also, telephones need 31 trade contract all the way up to the illuminated script. It's a lot. Now, we don't really have that much going on here. I could get advanced weapons over to Manola as well, just to use it for trading. For now, we have the sewing machines, and we could use this, for example, to just push our agricultural goods. I mean, I do have a pretty big corn production, but I could still use corn, for example, here to import, even though the ratio is horrible, right? So it's not good. We would actually be running out of sewing machines with this, I think. Let's just keep it active for now. There was also a good, the banjo, right? Or banjo that we have. Only I can find it in my massive list here. But here we need 4 tons of the sewing machines to get 1 ton of this one in. So I would like to use actually the advanced weapon for this. It's a 1-to-1, which is still crazy to me. With 100 tons, alright. But I need to have now a trade route that goes between the 2 islands. New Old Trelawney, that still would have some room to fiddle around with.
A rusty nail in the enemy's socket.
And Manola, Crown Falls. These are all full, unfortunately. This one still has the room, right? It has 1 more slot available. And we could say take the advanced weapons and get them over to Manola as well. Just so to have this going. Perfect. Alright, we still have more timbers. Let's finish those depots here. And more landing piers. Right, pushes us further once again, but the festival is over now, unfortunately. So we're losing attractiveness again. It's still an increase. It's still going to be more tourists coming in here. Okay, we're taking back this island here. It was taken by this hunt. And while we're in Besa, let's also have a look at Angorab, right? This is the next island that we want to learn about. So a lesson in lore about Angorab.
A century ago, the line of the Elamites died with Lebne, last of the great kings.
No, it cannot be.
It is, that's what he says.
His heir, Mekdem the Young, was due to succeed him, but his younger brother Tomasi had other ambitions.
I will not rest until it is returned to me.
Your enemy's resistance.
I suppose expansion is always good.
There are the ruins.
Tomasi desired the throne, so he sent shademen to slay Mekdem and his kin. But things turned foul as Tomasi tried to flee. Soon the last of the Elamites lay dead, but one of Tomasi's retinue escaped, carrying with him the heirloom of Selamawi, the spear of Darashi.
Something that I'm not too proud of is that Tomasi was my kin by marriage. My grandmother told me tales of the guards' flight to Kidusi
You helped
for
a man in
healing.
Kidusi and Netoni. He was on the spear's trail, and we believe he may be close to finding it. Find the spear, and we will listen to Ketema's proposal.
Alright, so we need to find this
Be
artifact.
discreet. The spear is a secret to most.
And thank you for your help earlier. So we are back in Kidusi and Netoni here now. He must be buried somewhere on this island, and perhaps he's got the spear with him. There's a cemetery here. The priest mentioned an Angarabian guard died in Kidusi. Okay, so there we have the entrance to the library.
The library is restricted to servants of the law.
Oh, this is the other quest that we have going though now. We need to be careful here. We have 2 quests going.
Unsanctioned influence.
And something is going on here.
As you are
There's
working
just
on
one
the
ship.
evidence,
And
you
again,
may enter
for
if you answer
back.
this riddle.
So here's the cemetery of Kidusi. There's the cemetery guard, necropolis. Okay, now find the tomb. He's going over there. There it is. House of a Million Years, Royal, the last son of Selamavi. Okay, so if we want to continue with that quest line, we need to finish the Kidusi and Netoni first. So this is actually the one that we continue onwards then in the next episode. Stay tuned.